Well, that was quite the journey. We are right on top of the mountain on a huge piece of property that is kind of a unique situation. The landowner, she was very specific about not wanting any motorized vehicles up here, so I don't have my four-wheeler today. She put huge rocks years ago in front of the trail entrance, so I dug out my old mountain bike that I probably haven't ridden in 15 years, 20 years. I pumped up the tires and went for it, and we're here. I don't know if my legs are going to work right for the next week and a half, but we made it. And it's one of these places where I have no information. There's nothing on the old maps. She said that some of the hunters that have permission to be up here have mentioned stone walls and cellars and stuff, so we're going to walk around and see if we can find some of that. Alright, well, we've been walking around for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. My first hole was a beaver tail pop top of a beer can, and my second find is actually the same number on my metal detector. Check this out. Is that not the coolest little knee buckle? That's Colonial-era. It's completely intact. On any other day, that would be the find of the day. Well, maybe today it'll be the find of the day, but that is absolutely beautiful. It doesn't feel too delicate either. It feels pretty substantial. Let me get the dirt out of it. There. Look at that. This darker color will most likely flake off, and it'll all be this beautiful green color. That is awesome. Colonial-era knee buckle. So that is super proud. Well, so what does that mean for us today? Well, it means if we do find any coins, crossing our fingers, they're going to be Colonial-era. Silver will most likely be foreign, and hopefully going to make for a good day. Let's keep looking. Alright, well, it's clear there's been a lot of hunters in this area because they keep finding modern trash like pop tops and shell casings. But we just got our second evidence of colonial activity here. It's a big, beautiful coat button with a hand-carved design in there. Shank is still there. Very nice. Let's keep going. Alright, I've shown these in videos in the past, but I think they're cool enough to mention again. This is a trillium, but its common name is a stinking Benjamin because when it flowers in the early spring, it smells just like rotting meat. And I actually made the mistake of picking a bouquet of these for my wife. Didn't know what they were, and they were in the kitchen. We're like, what the heck is that smell? And it's these, and they don't get pollinated by bees. They get pollinated by carrion flies because they think it's rotting meat. Pretty interesting. Red ones and white ones. I seem to find these more though. Pretty cool. Let's move on. Right, we've got somewhat of a strange signal here. Seems like it's pretty deep. Solid 80 though. This one got me excited. There it is. It is a coin, but it's a small cent. That's just a weedy. Well, that's not colonial. We're not going to get a date off it. This is 99% dropped by a hunter out here. And look at this, a bottle. A beer bottle. Go figure. Alright. Moving on. So I did wind up finding a home site. There's no cellar, but it's an obvious home site you can see up on that hump up there. I've just been making my way around the perimeter, and I noticed this big rock. And the thing about big rocks is they're not going to move much over the years without anybody living out here. So this was most likely sitting here as people lived here, and a good place to, sit down or step up on to get up onto a horse or whatever. So I always zone in on those and go around them. Today it kind of paid off. I got a little piece of suspender here. This is not Colonial-era. This is probably mid 1800s, but it's pretty fragile. So this is probably ladies' garment, but that's what that is. A little strap would have gone through here, and a little button would have gone through there and clasped. Pretty cool. Let's keep moving. Well, maybe you can notice we lost all of our sunshine. Some black clouds are rolling in. I didn't believe the weatherman that it was going to rain today because it was like beautiful and 70 degrees this morning, not a cloud in the sky, but I guess I should have listened. So we're going to go as long as we can until we start getting rained on, and then we're going to bike the 45 minutes out of here in the rain. Hopefully it holds off. Alright, it's raining. I gotta get out of here because I have another 45 minutes to an hour of mountain biking through this before I even get back to my truck. So what I'm gonna do is head down the mountain, and there is one cellar that I know of that I've hit in the past, but if the rain happens to end or have a break by the time we get there, then we'll spend some time there. We'll see. Alright, well, I made it to the second hole, a little bit further down the mountain. It stopped raining for the most part. I'll give you a look at the sky here. It's probably hard for you to tell, it probably just looks white, but it's clouded up. There are some bright patches. It took a break from pouring, so we're going to spend as much time here as we can. If it's 10 minutes, so be it. See what we can find. Well, we just had a beautiful signal, and thought maybe it was going to be a good coin, but alas, it's the infamous ox knob. These went on the ends of ox horns to keep them from, mauling people. Alright, onward. Well, I haven't found one of these in a while. It confused me when I saw it because I was like, oh, that looks like a big chunk of rust. I flipped it over, and that's piece of a pocket knife. This actually does have me a little bit stumped. It seems like it's iron. I think that's the blade. The one scale would have been here, the blade, and the other scale. So that's pretty cool. There's no way we're going to be able to find out what brand it is or even how old it is, but it's pretty cool. I'll take that for sure. Blue sky. It's clearing up. Awesome. I was just walking along, and I wish I got it on camera, but I couldn't get it off and turned on fast enough. But I heard like a clunk, and I stopped and I looked up in a tree, and there was a giant turkey perched up there, and it saw me and it just took off. And those things are so funny when they fly. They're like the least graceful bird. It flew off. I wish I got that on camera, but that was pretty funny. Alright, we're going to go a little bit longer, see if we can find a few more things. Alright, well, I've got a little bit of coin spill here, but it's not that old. Well, relative to what I was expecting to find. Since we got a helicopter going overhead here. So far we found 4, I believe they're all wheat pennies. Oh no, that's an Indian head cent. Okay. That's a wheat cent. I can tell that that's a wheat cent. So we have 4 small cents. Put them right here. And I checked the hole. And we still more down in there. Holy smoke, that thing's loud. I can see it. It's not that low. Wait for it to pass by. Alright, I'm going to continue digging these up, and I'm going to let the camera roll. I'm going to move the camera back. Another small cent. It's either going to be a wheat penny or an Indian head cent. Is there any more? Let's get another one over here. Another one. That one's another Indian head cent. Alright, well that seems like that's it. So we ended up with 6 small cents, all in the same hole, and I believe it's 2 Indians and 4 wheat pennies, as far as I can tell, which is pretty sweet. Wasn't expecting that. I guess they had money to lose. All right, let's keep going a little bit longer. Well, no date is complete without a harmonica reed. It looks like this is the whole thing, with the exception of the other reed. It'd be 2, and it looks like this still has... No, it doesn't. I was going to say it still has some of the flaps. This was a little bit left. You can see that. Over all of these holes would be little flaps of, well, I don't know, usually brass or tin, I guess. And then when you blow through those things, they're the things that move and make the sound. We find a lot of these. They were cheap. Gave the families a way to make some music. Cool. Let's keep going. So this time of year, there's all kinds of plants coming up. And we've got some ramps. Ramps are edible. You pick those and eat them raw. I'm not going to because I've got beef jerky with me instead. But they're delicious. I don't feel like carrying anything else with me today, so we're going to leave them where they are. But actually, probably another couple of weeks they'll be everywhere. A lot of people like foraging for those, and morels, and a bunch of other stuff. But we're looking for metal today. Let's keep going. Okay, it looks like we have a bale seal. Let's see if there's any writing on it. Looks like there is. Maybe. Let's see if I can get it cleaned off. Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple letters on there. I can see a U there. I don't know. Something. This was there was a little wire coming out of here, and they would kind of use this to bind up bales of goods, whatever it may be. Manufacturer is usually on here, but I don't know if we're going to get it. It's pretty cool, though. Definitely throw that in the bag. All right, well, I was just about ready to go, and I dug, a scratchy mid-tone, and I think this is a button. Yeah, I guess it is. And there's something on it, and I don't recognize it, which is always exciting. So let me get my toothbrush to clean this out. Well, I don't know. This is one I'm going to have to research. You see that? That is an elephant. And it says something above and something below, which I cannot make out right now. So this is going to require quite a bit more research. I have no idea if I should be excited or not. It's a 2-piece button, so it's probably 1800s, maybe early 1900s, but it's got an elephant on it. I have no idea if this is some kind of odd militia or if it's some kind of kids brand. You know, it could be anything, as far as I know. So that's going to require some more research. Let's start packing up. All right, calling it a day. It ended up being beautiful out again. Right around the middle of the day, it started torrentially downpouring, and panicked and moved down the mountain, and now it's beautiful. The finds are not as old as I was expecting today, but certainly not complaining. All right, we wound up with 8 coins, and they're all either wheat cents or Indian head cents. I think I have 2 or 3 Indians in there. We found a couple pieces of suspenders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of normal buttons. This one I didn't show, but that was pretty cool. I think that's green enamel, and the back is gold plated. It's pretty cool. One big old colonial coat button. This is a piece of a keyhole, bale seal, lead bale seal, harmonica reed, pewter spoon, ox knob, pocket knife, couple buckles, probably the find of the day, our little knee buckle, and our mystery elephant button, which I'm excited to go research. Oh. So, it probably goes without saying that my favorite part of all this is coming up into the mountains, these hard-to-get places, finding adventure and cool stuff in the ground. Probably, maybe my second favorite thing is finding something I don't know what it is and getting to go home and research it and learning something new, which I'm excited to do with that button. So I've got a long ride home, but luckily it's all downhill and I've got a bike. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.